Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cristo Rey Network College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a couple great colleges for you to hear from today. For starters, my name is Matt. I will be your facilitator, and I just have a couple housekeeping announcements before we get going. For our attendees, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. You can ask your questions by using the Q&A button you see on your screen at any time, and our panelists will answer those when they can. A reminder that there is another day of sessions coming up, so you can sign up for more and you can check the website for those schedules. And another reminder that all of our sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. And without any further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Kalamazoo College.
Great, thank you, Matt. And my name is Richie Keynes. I'm an admission counselor at Kalamazoo College. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm excited for your questions at the end of the presentations here today, but we're going to dive right into it. So Kalamazoo College is a small private liberal arts institution located in Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is in Southwest Michigan. And some quick facts about Kalamazoo College. So we have about 1,500 students altogether, which means we have representation from 38 states and 33 countries. We're among the 100 oldest colleges in the state of Michigan. There was actually a point in time where you could get a degree from Kalamazoo before the state of Michigan was even a thing. We have a 13-to-1 student faculty ratio, which means we really emphasize discussion-based learning. And as a result, our average class size is 15 to 17 students. And one really great example of the type of learning that you'll get at Kalamazoo is the fact that you could be enrolled in a class of 1 in your senior year, which means you're essentially just meeting one-on-one with the professor working on your senior integrated project. 34% of our students are domestic students of color, and we are a Division III athletic institution as well. So where are we? What's important about the city of Kalamazoo? We're about halfway between Chicago and Detroit. It's about 2.5 hours in either direction to those major cities. We are a city, in fact, so there is an airport in Kalamazoo and also a train station about a mile away from campus. There are 265,000 people altogether in the metro area, and about 30,000 of those are college students. So there's Kalamazoo College, Western Michigan University, which is a public institution that is about 2 blocks away from Kalamazoo, and then also Kalamazoo Valley Community College. So when we think about things that really make Kalamazoo unique as an institution, the first thing that comes to mind is the K plan. So this is how we structure our academics and really what sets us apart and what distinguishes us. So it's emphasized by these 4 things. One is an open curriculum, which means there are very few general education requirements. We are a liberal arts institution after all, so we do encourage students to pursue their academic interests really in depth and with passion. Additionally, we encourage students to study abroad, and as a result, about 70% of our students are studying abroad. So we're consistently ranked as one of the top colleges to send students abroad. Additionally, there are no financial barriers with going abroad either. So it is a very similar package for a semester or a trimester rather to go abroad, which is one way that we encourage students to study abroad. Additionally, we emphasize experiential education, which means you're learning both in and out of the classroom, either by being involved with learning in nonprofits or local either colleges, high schools, or schools in the area in general. And then lastly, independent research. And this is really best exemplified by the Senior Integrated Project, which I will talk about shortly. So what do we mean when we say you design your own curriculum at K? First off, you'll pick a major, which will be in either a social science, humanities, or a natural science or STEM. So that would be a thing like, philosophy, history, maybe sociology, anthropology, psychology, chemistry. Those are all examples of majors. So that's one requirement. Secondly, we ask you to demonstrate proficiency in a world language that we offer at K. And this can be done by taking a placement exam or by taking a year's worth of language courses. Second, we ask you to take health and wellness credits. So we want you to do 1 credit of health and wellness, which is about 5 courses altogether. They're shorter than a typical academic course, but again, a requirement. And then lastly, 2 shared passages seminar courses, which are not related to your major, and then a senior integrated project. So altogether, it's about 5 to 8 courses at most that we expect you to take in order to graduate. The rest is entirely up to you. So what does financial aid typically look like at K? So as with most of the colleges that you're looking at, there will be 2 major ways in which you finance your education. So one will be merit aid, which is based on your academic profile, and college to college that varies what they look at. And then secondly will be financial aid, which is based on your financial need. So here at K, you'll see what our ranges for merit aid were this last year. It was between 21 and 35,000. We also offer need-based aid, which for US citizens, we ask for the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, which opens up on October 1st. And for non-US citizens, there is a separate financial aid application, which can be found online. So we do not require the FAFSA for non-US citizens. And you'll also notice that 98% of our students do receive some form of scholarship or financial aid from the institution. The other 2% are receiving tertiary scholarships or some other funding that is from a third party, which means no student is currently paying the sticker price to attend Kalamazoo College. And that will likely be the case for a lot of the schools that you're looking at. There will be very few or possibly no students paying the sticker price to attend. So I know that sticker price can often be intimidating, but know that it is rare that a student will be paying that price per year. The last thing I'll point to on this page is the average need-based package, which you will find in the bottom right corner. It's about 44,000 is the average need-based package, which is something that we really like to emphasize. So that's everything that I had prepared. I know this was a very quick just glimpse at what Kalamazoo College looks like, but there are more ways to learn about K, to connect with admission counselors, maybe even do a visit on campus or virtually in the coming months. But I definitely encourage all of you to reach out to me. Again, my name is Richie. I'm an admission counselor here at K, and my salary does not change regardless of whether you decide to attend Kalamazoo College or not. And that is true for all of us admission counselors here, which I think is a really good thing. We're not salespeople. We don't make commission, which means we strive to be as objective as we can. And we're really committed to helping you with the college search in any way we can. So please feel free to reach out to me. I will share my email, my contact information, and I encourage you to reach out in the coming months, whether you are a senior looking to attend in fall 2022 or a first year who is just starting to think about the college search, which we all admit is very early, but that is totally fine. So that's everything that I had prepared today, Matt. I will share my information, but thank you all so much for coming.
Great. Thank you, Richie. And next we will hear from St. Norbert College.
Hello, my name is Cabrini Jablan, one of the admission counselors with St. Norbert. We have a team of about 8 of us that work with the Cristo Rey network. I pretty much work with the Chicago area students, but we can get you connected with anyone from our team depending upon where your high school is located. And tonight I'm here with my colleague, Mary Beth. Both of us are St. Norbert graduates. I studied communication and leadership studies, and I'll turn it over to Mary Beth.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. We're really excited to share more about St. Norbert College. As Cabrini mentioned, my name is Mary Beth Franken. I am also a graduate of St. Norbert. I studied English during my time on campus, and I work primarily with Milwaukee area students, so the Cristo Rey Milwaukee campus. Tonight, we're just going to talk really briefly about a few facts and figures about St. Norbert, focusing on academics and student life, and then also giving you some information about a presentation that we're doing specific to St. Norbert for students from the Cristo Rey network. So we'd love to have you join us for that. So St. Norbert College is located in De Pere, Wisconsin. So So basically a suburb of Green Bay. We're about 5 minutes down the road from Green Bay. You don't have to be a Packer fan to come to St. Norbert, although our cheerleaders do cheer for the Packers as well. We have a beautiful riverfront campus on the Fox River, as you can see from this picture here. It's very park-like, but also in the surrounding community, you have the benefit of some great restaurants, coffee shops, shopping, cultural events. De Pere is a really great little town, so there's lots to do both on and off campus. We have a total student enrollment of about 2,000 students, so we're a nice small school, and we are a Catholic Norbertine liberal arts college. So you might be wondering, what does that word Norbertine mean? So we're actually the only Norbertine college in the world, which is kind of our cool little claim to fame. The Norbertines are an order of Catholic priests who founded St. Norbert in 1898, and they continue to stay actively involved in our campus life today. And we draw a lot of our identity as an institution from the Norbertines and who they are. Most notably, the Norbertines give us the ideal of communio, which is the literal translation means to have mutual respect and faith and trust in one another. But really what it means is it's the guiding principle of how we interact with each other on campus, that we have a really tight-knit sense of community, that we really genuinely care about each other and care about our students. So you're not going to be just a number, you are going to be a person, and we're going to care for you and about you. And that's my favorite thing about who we are as an institution. So as far as academics go, we have a 13-to-1 faculty to student ratio, much like our friends at Kalamazoo. So what does that mean for our students? That means that our professors wear 3 different hats at St. Norbert. They are first and foremost teachers. So they are going to be in the classroom, leading the discussions, leading the labs day in and day out. They are also doing research or engaging in their area of expertise in other ways. And they are happy to pull their students in to assist them with that research. So you're able to do graduate level research as an undergraduate student across the board, no matter what your major is. And that's a great way to prepare for graduate school or to build your resume for a job after you graduate. And then thirdly, our faculty are also academic advisors. So every single one of our students has a faculty member within their major who is their advisor for all 4 years. And that person really guides you as a student through the entire process from start to finish, as far as helping you select courses and stay on track to graduate in 4 years or less, while still being able to do everything that you want to do. If you want to do a double major or a major minor combination, or do a semester of study abroad, which Cabrini will talk about in just a minute, your advisor will help you through that. And they can also connect you with opportunities to collaborate with them or another faculty member on research, to connect you with internships or other ways that you can build that real world, build your resume and get that real world experience. So there's a lot of guidance to make sure that you are doing well and being prepared for your life after St. Norbert. But while you're on campus, of course, your advisor is a great resource, but we also have an excellent Office of Academic Support Services. And they offer free tutoring for every class that we offer. And they also work closely with students who have unique learning needs or need other accommodations in the classroom to make sure that they're really set up for success while they are students here. We have over 80 different areas of study at St. Norbert College. We're most known for our business program, our education program, anything in the sciences, particularly biomedical science, psychology, and communication and media studies round out the top 5. And we can definitely work with you to customize your education if there's a job that you want, that you can kind of piecemeal together classes from different areas to make sure you're getting the education that you need for the job that you want. So with that, I will turn it over to Cabrini to talk more about student life at St. Norbert College.
Thank you, Mary Beth. As she mentioned, the word communio, that's also at play in our tight-knit campus community. So 98% of our students do live on campus all 4 years, and your housing is really going to become more independent as you become more independent. So that first year, you're going to be in more of a traditional residence hall situation, 2 students to a room, 20 to 30 people on a floor. Sophomore and junior year is more suite style or apartment style living. And then by senior year, you would be perhaps in a college-owned townhouse on the river, or in one of the houses in the community within a block or two of campus. So your options really vary as you progress through your 4 years at the college. And that really adds also to our campus environment in terms of higher retention rates and community engagement in our clubs and activities. So we do have over 100 different student organizations, everything from academic clubs, music and theater, student government, a lot of wonderful faith-based organizations and community service groups. We have a very vibrant campus ministry team and just an absolutely stunning church, which Mary Beth got married there. I'm very jealous of. So we hope you have a chance to come visit and check out our beautiful facilities. In addition to that, we have wonderful multicultural and ethnic organizations. One of our favorite programs is our STAR program, and that allows students from diverse backgrounds and students that are very passionate about diversity and inclusion to come to campus a little bit earlier, get transitioned to campus life, and then they meet weekly for both academic and social opportunities, including Sunday night dinners, which try to replicate kind of your family dinner that you might have at home on a Sunday evening. And that's been really successful, and our students enjoy that. We also have our Proud to Be First organization, and that is really designed to celebrate and to mentor our first generation students. We also, with our vibrant campus life, have wonderful dining services. We're actually nationally recognized for our dining facilities. We're ranked number 4 in the nation and number 1 in the state of Wisconsin. We take food very seriously at St. Norbert. We have 3 different dining facilities on campus, and that includes a sushi bar, Chef Dan's Chili, which is very popular, and a special station for students who might have allergy or particular nutritional needs, because we want to make sure that they are also eating well and being well taken care of. In addition to that, we also have food trucks on campus for special events, including this upcoming weekend, which is our big family weekend and SNC Day, where there's just kind of a carnival-esque atmosphere on campus. And we're really looking forward to having that this year after not being able to provide that during COVID. We also, just really want to talk a little bit about the scholarship and financial aid process. So though we don't have a particular slide dedicated to that today, for more information, we'll be talking about it at our upcoming event that Mary Beth mentioned, but our application is open. We accept the common application or our St. Norbert web-based application. And we have our scholarships ranging from $15,000 to $24,000 per year. We also have specialty scholarships in the area of multicultural and diversity, music, and faith-based opportunities. And then for more information, you can contact Mary Beth or myself. Our contact information is coming up on the next slide here, including the RSVP for our upcoming event. So you can register for the event right on our website, and October 28th at 6:30. We definitely hope you can attend virtually or come visit us in person. We are open for campus visits. Thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you.
All righty, thank you everyone. And next we will hear from Marquette University.
All righty, give me one moment. The worst part all these months later is still sharing my screen. Okay, folks, welcome, or rather, thank you so much for having me here today. It's a joy to be with you as you kick off your college search wherever you are in the process. And I hope one of these days we'll be able to sit across the table from each other, but nonetheless excited to start the conversation now. To introduce myself and throw my contact information out right away, my name is Hannah Bendixson. I am the liaison to the Cristo Rey network for our office. And fun fact, I also worked at Cristo Rey Milwaukee for the corporate work study team before coming to my position now as an admissions counselor at Marquette. So I am a huge Cristo Rey fangirl, suffice to say. I also help to run and organize the Cristo Rey Leadership Academy, which is a summer fly-in event for rising seniors. So maybe I saw some of you virtually this past summer, and certainly hope I will see some of you in person on campus in upcoming years. So to dive in on the obligatory stats of Marquette and what makes us special, First and foremost, we are located in the lovely Milwaukee, Wisconsin, along the shores of Lake Michigan. We are a medium-sized city of about 500,000, and following in suit, we are a medium-sized campus of about 8,000 undergraduates. And this makes us the best of both worlds because the numbers on the slide are small when we want them to be and large when we want them to be. So you can see that our average class size is 23 students. Our student to faculty ratio, though just narrowly beat by Kalamazoo and St. Norbert's, is 14:1. And on this note, I want to share that we are a Jesuit institution. This goes hand in hand with our emphasis on the importance of small class sizes and highly personalized academic experience. Because St. Norbert's shared such a rad word, I will toss in a Jesuit word that maybe some of you at the Jesuit Cristo Reys are aware of. And we are so proud to be living out this notion of cura personalis, which means care of the whole person. So your faculty members certainly do care about you both inside and outside of the classroom, mind, body, and soul. And we want you to strike that intellectual camaraderie with your peers and feel really comfortable going to faculty and going to each other and working together throughout the course of this semester. To flip to the other side of that medium-sized, best of both worlds mentality, we live in an age inundated with choice, and Marquette is no different. So we have over 80 different majors and 80 different minors for you to choose from, and we want you to combine in whatever will help you to explore as you see fit. We have over 325 student organizations also for you to choose from. And while we certainly believe in the importance of familiarity and seeing familiar faces around campus and knowing your peers, which you certainly will, we also know that it's really exciting to see new faces too, and have some of those quintessential larger university type events. Like if you were to attend our Marquette men's basketball game and be surrounded by hundreds and hundreds, thousands even of your peers cheering for the same team. So we're quite an energized campus while also being homey and very community oriented. One of the communities that you could find yourself connecting with here at Marquette is the Cristo Rey Alumni Network. These are numbers from this past fall, so I know that the number of Cristo Rey alums that have joined us a couple weeks ago has increased, and we should be at about 100 now. So we are so thrilled that we have drawn students from all across the network, certainly from our local Cristo Rey school that we're so proud of, as well as East Coast, West Coast, all over the place. If you are feeling nostalgic or you down the road feel nostalgic about your corporate work city days, don't worry, you won't see Cristo Rey student interns from Cristo Rey Milwaukee be bopping around in their uniforms. We have 24 and counting, and we welcome back student interns this year. We also have the Encuentros mentoring program, so our Cristo Rey alums can sign up to mentor Cristo Rey Milwaukee students. It's a great way to give back, and again, make a friend, make a connection, and make it so that it's all that more of a strong community once you get here. So we're super thrilled to provide many opportunities for you to connect with your peers and get to know those of you that are coming from similar high school backgrounds. So to dive in a little bit to our academic experience, we have 7 academic colleges. Marquette is direct admit as an institution type, which means that at the time that you apply, you'll make an educated guess on the day of, hour of, minute of, whatever you like, as to which of these academic colleges is the best fit for you. That can certainly change. You can double major or minor across these academic colleges. But we love that direct admit also means that you start in the major of your choice right off the bat your freshman year, which is, in my opinion, the best way, the experiential way to know, again, right away, if you love a major, if it's not going to be a good fit, and calibrate accordingly up until when you declare your major your sophomore year. So I couldn't even tell you which of these is my favorite, if you like picking my favorite child, but I hope that we'll continue the conversation so you can learn a little bit more about what makes each distinct and each a really phenomenal space. We are really proud that we are located in the city of Milwaukee, and I'll zoom in on Marquette's campus specifically in just a moment. We are certainly urban as our campus type by our proximity to downtown, and it's no accident that we're located here because we want to be that jumping point for our students accessing the personal, professional, aesthetic, cultural opportunities of the downtown. That beautiful body of blue, again, is Lake Michigan. It's a 1.5 miles away from our campus, and the entirety of the downtown cityscape is between our campus and the lake. So we're extremely accessible. Some people call Milwaukee small walkie, both because we're in the Midwest and we're geographically compact. So these are some, but certainly not all, of the neighborhoods that you as a future Marquette student could find yourself exploring. And next up, this is us. So what I love about Marquette and another best of both worlds way is that, again, we're urban because of our proximity to downtown, but we're contained. So just as it's really, really important to us to instill in you that sense of belonging in the classroom, we also want to instill in you that sense of geographic belonging and ownership and sense of coming home after a day trying a new restaurant or interning downtown or going to a festival or a concert or whatnot. So we encourage students to do this by having a 2-year residency requirement. So 95% of our freshman and sophomore class do live on campus. And in that time, you learn that it is really a life source. There's always something happening, whether it's a weeknight or a weekday, or weekend or a weekday. So we have a very large upperclassmen presence on campus too, living on campus or living in the neighborhood surrounding, which certainly does give us the vibrancy of a college town with a plethora of opportunities to connect off campus in Milwaukee as well. And last but not least, like my peers have echoed, if you've learned nothing else from this very short snippet with us, then the fact that we are super thrilled and bubbly and excited to get to connect with you wherever you find yourself in the college search process. Please don't be a stranger. We have virtual office hours. Marquette admissions counselors are also traveling, so hopefully we'll be coming to you this year, and we're so excited to be doing so. So you can look up your admissions counselor by using this URL you see here, or reach out to us by phone, email. We have social media to try and be hip, and we're really looking forward to continuing the conversation. So thanks all.
Great, thank you so much. And next, we will hear from Ohio Wesleyan University.
Sorry about that. I lost my mute button, which is really embarrassing again, since we've been doing this for such a long time. Thanks for your patience with me. Good evening, and thanks for hosting this wonderful event to give us a chance to chat with you about various colleges. My name is Lori Patton, and I am the Director of Admission here at Ohio Wesleyan. I'm also a graduate, class of 1995, and the parent of a couple of OWU students, so I get to see this experience from my kids' own eyes as well. I always want to start the presentation by saying, if you only remember one thing about Ohio Wesleyan in the short time that we have together, I want you to remember our signature program called the OWU Connection. The OWU Connection actually sounds pretty similar to Kalamazoo's K-Plan, but there are some slight differences in it as well. The OWU Connection is how we encourage our students to think big through interdisciplinary work, undergraduate research, and independent study projects, to go global through off-campus study experiences like traditional study abroad semesters, through our unique travel learning courses, or through our Theory to Practice grant program, which provides full funding. More than $250,000 is available every year for faculty, students, and staff to pursue individualized projects that are of interest to them. Like Kalamazoo, more than 70% of our students have an international travel experience before they graduate. And the last part of the OWU Connection is how we encourage students to get real. And we do that through internships, externships, job shadowing, and other experiences that help students to take what they've learned in the classroom and apply it and practice it in real world settings. While the OWU Connection is not yet required, interestingly, more than 90% of our OWU students participate in at least one connection experience. So to me, that proves that it is appealing, enticing, beneficial, all of the above. And we believe that these connection experiences help students like Ava Blockstein. Her OWU Connection pathway is pictured here. It helps students find their way to their post-OWU place, whether that's graduate school and or the workforce. Some basic facts and figures. Ohio Wesleyan has just over 1,400 students on campus. A little more than half of those students are from Ohio. About 10% are international students coming from more than 28 countries. About 20% of our students are domestic students of color. 22% are first generation college students. Small college means small classes. So our average class size is about 15 students. 95+% of our students live in on-campus housing all 4 years. The average grade point average is a 3.6. About 40% of our students are involved in varsity athletics, and roughly a third of our students join Greek organizations, fraternities, or sororities. OWU is a bit unique in the number of majors we offer for a school our size. So over 70 majors, which is nearly double the number that most schools our size and type might offer. The top 5 most popular programs include zoology, business, psychology, health and human kinetics, as well as politics and government. We feel that we're uniquely positioned in a small town outside of a big city. Columbus is just 25 minutes away. It's not only the state capital, but one of the 14th largest city in the United States. OWU itself is smack dab in the heart of Delaware. In fact, our campus straddles the main street. You'll see their picture on the left. It gives students access to restaurants, shopping, entertainment, lovely coffee shops, antique stores, all within walking distance. And because Columbus is just a stone's throw away, it also offers students the opportunity for additional entertainment outlets, social outlets, sporting events, shopping centers, cultural experiences, the chance to serve, internships, and so much more. Students can, by the way, have a car on campus all 4 years, and the university also provides shuttle service to and from Columbus on a pretty regular basis. A year or so ago, the Board of Trustees approved a multi-million-dollar, multi-year, multi-phase residential renewal project, and we just completed phase 1, which included Smith Hall, pictured in the top left and top center. We basically gutted an entire residence hall and rebuilt it from the inside out. It is now home to all first-year students. So as a first-year student, you get to live in this new shiny facility. We like to refer to it as an all-inclusive resort. In some ways, it has a 24/7 dining hall, a workout facility, a gaming room, a late night desk to check out games, vacuum cleaners, those kinds of things, as well as a performance space for things like stand-up comedy or just a place to watch Sunday night football or a movie of your choice. The bottom picture is of Bradford Milligan Hall, which is our first ever apartment building on campus. It also just opened this August and now houses 124 senior students in either 4, 6, or 8-person apartment suites. And then the top right corner is Branch Rickey Arena, which rounds out our construction projects. Branch Rickey houses basketball, volleyball, and wrestling teams, and it got a facelift with new flooring, new bleachers, air conditioning, new lockers, and a lobby space as well. Ohio Wesleyan provides a significant amount of aid to help students make our educational experience affordable. In fact, 99% of our students receive Merit-based aid and or need-based aid are all in price. As you can see here, a sticker price on paper is just over $62,000 a year, but our average aid package this past year was more than $43,000, leaving the average cost per family roughly $18,000 or $19,000. We achieved this discount through a pretty generous scholarship program. We offer scholarships that range from $20,000 and go all the way up to full tuition. And those scholarships are available to you regardless of test scores. We are a test optional institution and do not need test scores for scholarship consideration. We offer a number of other scholarships, some talent-based awards for those involved in art, music, theater, dance. We offer marching band participation awards. We have a brand new esports program that's going to offer some scholarships. We offer a community service and leadership scholarship, as well as money available for students who work with community-based organizations. The last thing that I want to mention is just that as are the other institutions that are on this call tonight, we are open for visitors. We have been since June of 2020 and host information sessions and campus tours Monday through Friday and on most Saturdays. We are hosting a number of in-person on-campus group events this fall and spring. And we continue to also offer a number of virtual opportunities, including a topic-based information session series called Bishop Plus. We sort of stole the Disney Plus idea and made our own. We offer general virtual information sessions once a week and live virtual tours where we follow a tour guide around campus with a stabilizing camera so you can see campus from the comfort of your couch. So thank you all for your time this evening. It's been a pleasure getting to share Ohio Wesleyan with you. We hope to see you at an upcoming on-campus and or virtual event. And hope you've enjoyed the other presentations, and I'll turn it back over to our facilitator, Matt, to continue on with the program.
Great, thanks, Lori. All right, so that's all of the presentations we have today, but I would like to invite all of our panelists to turn their cams back on. I'm gonna pose a couple questions just so they get to chat a little bit more about their universities and colleges, and just talk a little bit more about the college search process. So I'm going to start with the first question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll start again with Kalamazoo College.
Thank you, Matt. My piece of advice would be talk to a current student who's on campus. Making that connection, I think, sounds more difficult than it actually is. Admission counselors are usually always willing to connect students who ask with current students on campus. So make sure you do that if it's coming down to it and maybe you don't know what school is going to be the best fit for you. Talking to a student will make it a lot easier.
Great, thanks. St. Norbert College?
Yeah, that's great advice. I also suggest, really utilizing your admission counselor. I think people are often afraid of us, and like, seriously, we are here to help you. We love talking about the college process. Even if you have questions just generally, it doesn't necessarily even have to be specific to our individual schools, but we are a great resource and are happy to help you or your family with anything that you need help with.
Awesome. Next, Marquette University.
Yeah, similar to what Ohio Wesleyan just shared. We're all, or most of the schools out there are having some kind of in-person, have some kind of in-person visit opportunities or virtual visit opportunities that have stuck around. So regardless of what your comfort level is with travel locally or somewhere across the country, please do take advantage of just the wealth of resources that we've all invested in to help meet you where you are on the other side of a computer screen or in person. So really there are so many ways to connect. So we hope that you'll take advantage of those, and we're waiting for you to sign up for virtual appointments and virtual and in-person visits. So
Great. And lastly, Ohio Wesleyan University.
Great. I'm going to give a piece of logistical advice, and this is coming from my admission counselor hat / parent hat. I realize that this college search is all about you as a student, but I recommend to establish an email account that's specific to your college search and share that with your parent or parents. All too often, my children would register for an event, which was great that they took the initiative to do that. But then I had no idea like where you're supposed to park, and I didn't want to go into their personal email accounts, right? So if you establish an email account strictly for your college stuff and then share that with your parents, then you can keep your own email account private to yourself and yet keep your parents informed.
Great, all great pieces of advice there. Switching it back to talking about your schools again. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And we'll start it off again at the top with Kalamazoo College.
Thanks, Matt. The one thing to know about Kalamazoo College is that you will have the opportunity to explore exactly what it is you want to explore. Definitely academically, also socially as well. We have tons of clubs and organizations, and also the city of Kalamazoo is walking distance from our campus. So you definitely will come out a better, more knowledgeable person by the end of your 4 years, hopefully, at Kalamazoo. That's our main goal, get you out in 4 years. And it's just really cool seeing students grow over their time at K. So that's one thing that I think is really awesome about our school.
Great. St. Norbert College.
So going back to what Hannah said, I used the term red word when I described the word communio. I think that's really something that we want our students to remember, that communio isn't just a fancy word that we throw around. It really is how we interact with each other and how we care for and support our students. And I think everybody on campus can feel that. And hopefully you'll kind of get a sense of that just from speaking with us today. And if you're able to attend our event later in October, hopefully you'll understand that too. And then I know it's only one thing, but the other thing to remember is how good our food is too.
It's very important. Next, Marquette University.
And it's really hard to keep following that awesome word. I really love it. I would say about Marquette, so Marquette is a liberal arts institution, but the Jesuit piece really makes it so that the classroom is only step one. And so we're constantly seeking to push our students out beyond campus, whether that's in the form of service, study abroad, hands-on experience, off-campus interning. And so again, it just begins in the classroom, and we want you to know that you'll be treated seriously as a scholar and really loved as a human being outside of classroom hours too. So that's what I would toss in.
Great. And lastly, again, Ohio Wesleyan University.
Thanks. So I stole the thunder of this question in my presentation because I said I wanted you to remember about the OWU Connection. So my second thing is that there's no typical Ohio Wesleyan student. We are a really interesting mix of students from all over the place. We had a firm do an identity study for us several years ago, and they came up with this description that Ohio Wesleyan is an eclectic mix of souls. And I feel like that's a really good descriptive way to, again, to describe our student body. And it's a really awesome place to learn about other cultures and other people and other values and beliefs, and in a safe and comforting environment at the same time.
Great. And we have time for one last question. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? Starting up again at the top, Kalamazoo College.
Thanks, Matt. I would say that there's a common misconception that students have that their application needs to be absolutely perfect and that we only want perfect students. That's not true for any college or university. And not to say that you should intentionally sabotage your application, but just know that we do not expect perfection. And we're looking for students who are going to be a great fit for the community, and also who are willing to learn from their mistakes and overcome adversity. Ultimately, those are the things that we are looking for. So don't stress about being perfect is the thing that I would emphasize.
Awesome. St. Norbert College.
Yeah, I think mine kind of is in line a little bit with that. I think a lot of students think that they have to find the perfect college for them and that there's only one perfect college, but there's so many different options out there. And, you know, even if you do end up having to transfer because it's not the perfect fit, transferring isn't the end of the world or as bad as everyone makes it sound as well. So just know there's tons of good schools out there and you're going to be okay.
Great. Marquette University.
Yeah, I would add that, most applications have an additional information section on them. Please feel free to use that to disclose anything that you've been going through. The pandemic has been a tough time. Oftentimes the transition from middle school to high school can be a little rocky. I so often get questions from students about whether they should disclose a learning disability or disclose that they really struggled with a certain class and never quite made it back, and they're really embarrassed about that class. And we can't help you if we don't hear that context from you, and we're humans. So we really do want you to share all of that. It only, as Richie said, it only adds to your strength and resilience. So please feel free to use that to be your most authentic self, and know that we are not here waiting to judge you for it, but rather want to contextualize your review with that.
Great. And lastly, again, Ohio Wesleyan University.
Thanks. Two just really quick things. One, again, I talked about in the presentation, just that private colleges are not always super expensive. They can be very affordable. And secondly, I think, so many students think that all colleges are the super elite at the top, that it's going to be impossible to get in. And I think the reality is there's far more colleges out there that have really substantial acceptance rates. And so you'll find a college for you, regardless of where you're looking.
Great. I want to thank all of our panelists for taking the time to join us today, talk about their fantastic schools, and answer some questions at the end. And I want to as well thank all of our attendees for taking the time out of their schedules to join us. For our attendees, there is a quick survey when you close this window. It's about 5 questions. If you wouldn't mind filling that out, that's how we are able to make improvements on our event. So we'd appreciate that. Just a reminder that there is another day of sessions on Saturday, and all of our sessions are being recorded and can be viewed at strivescan.com/Cristo-Rey. I want to thank everybody again and have a great day.